So Len, we're back for some more women's singles action. We have a couple of time conflicts going on still with the mixed double, so we're going to join Lily Zhang from the ICC and Tina Lin from Lily Yip Table Tennis Center in this best of 7 women's quarterfinals. Love all. Very strong play by Lily. Third ball attacking off the backhand side. And we've grown accustomed to Lily having one of the fiercest backhand loops. The one thing, if you make the comparison between Lily and Ariel, Lily tends to be a little stronger on the forehand side, but clearly her backhand topspin a very strong shot.
And again, this match, like some of the others, they're playing it, but on paper, you would seem to know who is the favorite.
Yeah, I mean, coming in, it has Lily at 25-20 and Tina at 23-30. But Tina is very strong in the counter rallying. And while they're both quite young, Lily has much more international experience.
Including the Olympics.
Exactly.
Yep.
Lily started this tournament a little slow in the semifinals of the women's youth event. She was upset by Prachi Jha after having a bit of a lead, 5-1 in the 5th, but she was able to get a little bit of revenge in the girls' junior team event by beating Prachi in a very nice match.
Actually, don't we have a match with Prachi coming up later, possibly?
Yes, Prachi is going to be playing against Ariel Xing, the number 2 seed in this tournament. So Prachi and both Lily are just on their way back from the Junior World Championships that were held in India this past week, so getting used to some of the time change. You can see Lily really mixing up the serve, both inside out and forehand pendulum in order to get that backhand into play. Just seems like if you make the comparison, Len, between Tina and Lily, they both play a similar style, but Lily's a little faster, a little stronger, a little bit more spin. You can see that great forehand loop by Tina, but Lily right there on top of the table, ready to counterattack it off the bounce.
And it's nice to see we're getting a few more spectators in to watch.
Right, there's so many good matches here on all the inside and outside arena tables that it's tough to pick a favorite. We have a number of great matches on the slate for the players tonight, especially a chance for Billy Ding, the upset
king
specialist who took out former world team member Xiao Yu and the number 1 seed Mark Hazinski. He'll be facing Han Xiao. And we also have a chance to, again, as we mentioned earlier, see Prachi Jha against Ariel Xing. And Jim Butler will be facing Kwa Win, while at the same time Dan Seemiller will be going against Timothy Wong. So we've got so much in store. Lily taking the first game very comfortably, 11-5. And she'll be getting some advice from her coach, Max Constantini. While at the same time, Tina's getting some advice from Barry Detel of the Lily Yip Table Tennis Center. Very nice forehand attack by Tina Lin. Again, Tina very strong on the forehand side.
Yes, taking control in this game so far.
But Lily just too lethal with that backhand opening.
It's really interesting to watch when Lily plays aerial.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost a mirror image with both players going toe-to-toe. Aerial with a little slightly flatter backhand where they go backhand to backhand, and Lily generally can win the battle with the forehand. But lately, Lily was in India, had outstanding results at the Junior World Championships. I believe Ariel was back home taking the SAT tests, so didn't have to worry about the time change. And look at that forehand loop. That is so strong by Lily Zhang, playing out of the ICC club. The one thing, Len, I really noticed when I saw Lily for the first time at this tournament is how much stronger her legs had gotten, and it really shows the number of footwork drills and also how much stronger her forehand loop is.
Well, they say you're only as good as your legs are, right? You need the strongest foundation.
And she's really using her legs to her advantage with that strong forehand opening, and then we know her backhand's always been there, and there's that snappy backhand loop that just ran into the net.
3-6.
Still controlling the match so far. Just appears that Lily has an extra set of gears while Tina's playing the right shot, sticking with her game plan. That's just too strong. Lily able to open up in both directions from the backhand side. That's a beautiful deep push by Tina Lin.
I think a few years ago, you watched the matches of men's and women's singles in the earlier rounds, and they weren't that competitive. You could tell who was going to go on. But now we've got competition in every match.
Really, the field is so deep. I mean, this is a women's quarterfinal match, but clearly the women have set the standard. But we still have some old timers on the men's side that make it quite interesting, and we'll see the C. Millers, the Butlers, and the Qua Wins later tonight. So quite an exciting matchup ahead of us. But Lily's right now controlling things with a pair of 11-5 victories in this best of 7 women's quarterfinal match. We have Adam Hugh giving Tina some tips. One thing with Tina, she's played out of in the past the New Jersey Table Tennis Center, but also the Lily Yip Table Tennis Center. It's allowed both Adam and Judy to really help the up-and-coming juniors, and they've done a great job. And you can see Adam being listed under Tina's bio at the U.S. Olympic Committee's website as her coach. Adam's an excellent player, and we've seen him win a very strong doubles match in the last round. So he's serving 2 dual purposes here, both in the corner and on the court.
2-0. And I think Tina sees a little necessity to be a little more aggressive there.
Yeah, I agree with you there. She's not going to out-consistent Lily. Lily has just a little bit too much spin on her counter drive, and you can see right there Tina trying to keep it down, but Lily's ball a little bit deeper, a little bit spinnier. But my understanding is that Tina did qualify for the junior team, so she will be with Lily on a number of international trips in 2013. And we'll clearly count on her to continue to show her great leadership like she did in India. Very heavy topspin on that backhand.
Just a little too powerful, I believe.
And what makes it so strong, Len, is the fact that when Lily opens up, it's so deep. Beautiful shot there by Tina, jumping on that soft opening.
And we have Stellan Bankston watching.
Stellan's checking in the background.
World champion Stellan Bankston.
And there's Lily once again,
Wow.
just so comfortable counterattacking up at the table.
Beautiful shot by Tina.
Really seems once they get into that quick off the bounce type of countering rally that Lily with the heavier topspin is always going to have the upper hand.
And I saw on that Lily was no longer surprised by that tremendous backhand punch after the one that Tina got on the point earlier, and she was prepared and she returned it that time, and that time Tina missed it.
And you can just see the difference on who wins the battle of the topspins every time they get into that backhand-to-backhand exchange. Lily, and that's a beautiful backhand loop down the line to take the game very comfortably. 11-3. Almost a little bit of a clinic here on how to win a backhand-to-backhand battle. Lily really hasn't been forced to pull out her forehand loop, which we know she always has ready for action.
And Lily winning 3-0 already on the table, ready to start, and Tina getting last-minute instruction on how to survive.
I'm really not sure if I was Coach Adam Hugh what I would say to Tina other than to just fight to maybe extend the rally or get further into the points. Playing more offensive would probably cause her to have more errors. I really think that early loss to Prachi in the girls' youth event is going to be something that, in hindsight, Lily's not happy that it happened because you never want to take a loss, but she definitely got that wake-up call to start really focusing on playing each and every point, maybe not being as loose, but a little bit more focused. So we've seen her really look strong. She had a chance to play Prachi in the junior team event, and she turned that match around. Always tough to beat a better player twice in a row at the same tournament. Nice shot by Tina. Tina with a very strong backhand. Excellent play. Len, the other thing that I'm sure which will help Tina this coming year, now that she is a member of the junior team, not only will she get that international experience playing against the foreign players, but when the U.S. team, we have a timeout called by Team Lynn with Adam in the corner. But as I was saying, when they have the training camps and Tina gets to practice against Ariel and Lily and the Erica Woos and the Prachis, you can't measure the amount of help that can occur, because it's one thing to play people in competition, but then to train with them on a daily basis and play a higher quality ball than you're maybe accustomed to. I know at the Lily Yip Table Tennis Center, they have practice partners they've brought in from China. So she's definitely getting a lot of high-level competition, but being amongst your teammates to where you're all preparing for an international event or a particular team, whether it's the Canadians at the North American Championships or North American Cup, I really believe that that will help her just as much as the international competitions outside the country. But she's got her back against the wall right now, down 3-5 and 3-0. And again, such a beautiful backhand loop.
Yep. It's beautiful to watch. Anybody watching and thinking that can be accomplished changing your blade or changing your rubber, I got news for you.
That's the direct results of countless hours of play. I know she credits ICC coach Max Constantini and all the practice partners and helpers that the kids there on Milpitas Boulevard, along with the other 6 clubs on that strip. But clearly what Rajul has done at the ICC has just been remarkable.
And I think that his doing that and starting that and creating all that greatness there, that's what has spurred all the competition and the other clubs opening up all over, doing, trying to copy him.
Really, I agree with that, and it just takes that one seed to be planted to see all the other acorns growing around. So the Bay Area, clearly the hot spot for table tennis in the United States. We do have some very solid clubs with the Lily Yip Center in New Jersey, plus Maryland Center, as well as Broward County in Florida. Very strong Texas Wesleyan University in the collegiate table tennis ranks, and in Los Angeles with Grace Lynn and the Gao-Jun Center. So here we have Lily advancing into the quarterfinals, or advancing from the quarterfinals into the semis with a very comfortable win over Tina Lynn, 11-5, 11-5, 3-4.